field in the first half the other night, and then one first down in the second half. After a couple days you figured out what happened?
Yeah, it was a lot of missed assignments. Just from every position, we all had some mistakes, and when you have that many missed assignments, it's hard to move the ball down the field because everybody's got to do their job, and just one person messing up can mess up the whole play. So that's what we saw on film, and it's something that we can get corrected. It's not the end of the world. So we felt like we did do a good job in the first half moving the ball, so it was good to see that. But just those missed assignments in the second half were tough to see.
I mean, can you think of an example? Is it just running the wrong route or blocking the wrong guy, that kind of thing?
Yeah, just small details like that. Missed protection on some of the calls, blocking the wrong guy, running the wrong route, exactly the way you said it. Those are the things that cost us in the second half.
When you watch the film and those things you just mentioned just jump out at you, is it big, glaring mistakes when you get the chance to go back and watch it?
It is. When we watch film, before we watch film, we think about it and we don't really see what caused us to struggle in the second half. And it's good to see on film that the reason we struggled moving the ball in the second half is something we can fix and something that we repped in practice, but maybe we weren't paying attention to the details like we should be. So it's something that can be fixed, and it's just a small thing like a missed assignment, running the wrong route or blocking the wrong guy. So it is something that jumps out on you on film.
Is a lot of that, do you think, due to the fact that you have a lot of young guys? You had Artavis in there. I mean, Mike Williams is only a sophomore, and he should know obviously everything, but a lot of young guys would be being expected to bigger roles.
I feel like a lot of the younger guys did a good job. One of the good positives we had from the game were no illegal procedure penalties. Everyone lined up in the right spots, so it was good to see that, especially going into a tough environment. But I feel like in the second half, just a few communication issues. Like I said, running the wrong route or blocking the wrong guy. But overall, from the young guys in the receiver room, I felt like they were ready to play, and they weren't threatened at all by the atmosphere. And I feel like that's a positive we can take away from that.
You're the one player that had a bird's eye view of the inability to flip the field during that second half. You're the guy back there on punt returns. What was going through your mind? I mean, was it just like, please kick me short, give me a shot?
Yeah.
I mean, what's going through your mind on that?
Yeah, you're exactly right. That in the first half, we had a 3-and-out right after we scored, and I thought that would be a huge field position change. And the guy just bombed a punt, and a great punt by him. But we feel like we put a big emphasis on field position throughout the entire week, and I think, I'm not sure what the exact statistics are, but they definitely won the battle of the field position on where they started with the ball and where we started with the ball. So we gotta realize that, and we gotta win special teams every week. So that's a huge part of that, and we now know, we can learn from that field position and where you start with the ball really matters. So it's a good learning point.
I saw that board
Yeah.
this morning with the percentage of touchdowns. Was that up last week?
Yeah, that was up all throughout fall camp, and it was something we really preached hard on. So it definitely is something we got to correct and get better at.
Starting behind the chains so much. I mean, that's kind of a cliche phrase, behind the chains. But do you feel like that does affect the play calling because you kind of have to just hold the fort rather than be really aggressive?
Yeah, field position really affects the play calling. Like you said, it's with Chad Morris. He wants to be aggressive and take shots down the field. And with the situation we were in sometimes on Saturday night, it affects those play calls. So that definitely does have an effect on the plays we call.
Just talk a little bit about Artavis Scott and just him in practice, what you saw to him in the game. And he was in here yesterday, I guess met the media for the first time. He's giving you a ton of credit, just saying that you've always been there for him as a teacher, and he's learned a lot from you. And maybe just talk about him as a player and your relationship.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we play the same position, two-man. And he's a guy who came in, he was ready to learn, and he knew that he would have to play right off the bat. So with him coming in, I knew I'd have to get him ready. So it was a guy that I kind of took under my wing and taught him some things that I've learned from the guys that were here and had left, like Sammy and Nuke and some of those guys. So it was good to share my knowledge with him, and he's one of those guys who really listens and doesn't think that he's arrived, doesn't think that he knows everything. So for a young guy to come in and take his coaching from Jeff Scott and then to listen to the veteran players on the team. He's really improved, and it was great to see him go down and make a big catch on that third down.
The glimpses we got to see of him on Saturday didn't look like for a guy stepping into his first big.
Yeah, exactly.
At the moment was too big for him at all.
No, you're exactly right. He was ready to go, and talking to him all week, he had his mind right, and he was really hungry to get out there. And I was glad to see that he went out there, and it didn't matter what the situation was or the atmosphere, and he went up and caught a big ball.
I talked to you a little bit last week about what you've gotten from Tyler Grisham, just a short time he's been here. Do you see it as like I guess a passing torch kind of thing? You're getting knowledge from him, you're giving it to Artavis. That's something that's kind of unique, I guess, in the way that it happens in this program, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. With the GAs we have coming back who played football here, and it's not just Tyler to me to Artavis. It's Leroy Hill coming back, and a lot of other GAs. They come back and they've played in the NFL. They know how to be successful at college and how to make it to the next level. So it's good to hear from those guys, and it's awesome to have younger guys who will listen and take some of that coaching.
As an older guy, you see the offense kind of start to unravel a little bit when you see the snowball effect, 3 and out after 3 and out. Is there anything in the mentality of the team that you didn't like that you think needs to be corrected in the future to handle that situation a little better?
I mean, I feel like offensively we fought our tails off throughout the entire first half, and I couldn't be more proud of the guys up front and all around the board offensively throughout the first half. And in the second half, we really just kind of shot ourselves in the foot with field position, and we just couldn't get anything rolling. So that's something mentality-wise, we just got to stay positive. We got to have a windshield mentality, just put all of that behind us, and just go out there like it's the first play of the game and just continue to focus on our tempo and things like that. And I feel like we kind of got away from that towards the end, but it's something that we can definitely learn from and get better.
How much